The great guitarist of Led Zeppelin, Jimmy Page, said, "I can communicate far better on a guitar than I can through my mouth." Now, everyone has some form of self-expression, and it might not be guitar, but personally, that's what it is for me. I wanted to show you guys how to play a fairly famous song and a fairly easy one at that, which is Stairway to Heaven. We're going to start out with learning some of the basics of the guitar that you'll need to know how to play this song, and then actually learn how to play the song. But before we get into the basics, I want to show you the amplifier that I use, which is just a Vox amp. It's a pretty basic amp. You don't need one to play the song. I just wanted to use it so that you guys could hear it a little bit better. Now let's hop into some of these basics. We're going to start out with the frets. Now if you see in between each of these metal bars, that's one fret. If you see the white parts, that denotes a certain fret. So the way it goes is 3, 5, 7, 9, and 12. Now let's look at the strings. Each string has its own letter according to the note that it's played, but the way we're going to look at it is with numbers. So you take the highest string, all the way on the bottom, is 1, and then up 1 is 2, and then 3, and then 4, and 5, and then 6. The final part of the basics is with your fingers. The song is played with your hands and not with a pick. That's just how the song goes. So the way we do it is we take our thumb, it's going to play the 4th string, your index finger is going to play the 3rd, your middle finger is going to play the 2nd, and then your ring finger is going to play the 1st. Now before we learn how to play the song, Guitar World actually mentioned that the song was originally recorded on a Fender Stratocaster, and I happen to own a Fender Stratocaster. It's my first guitar that I ever had. It's what I learned to play Stairway to Heaven on, the first song that I ever learned. Now you might be asking, why don't you just play it on this guitar? I just personally like this style of body, the Les Paul, a little bit more, and I think it sounds cleaner. So that's why we're going to do that. So to start out, to learn the song, what you're going to do is you take your index finger, you're going to do what's called a bar chord. You're going to take the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd strings and put it under your index finger. You're going to bar them all down. It could be hard to get the pressure right at first, but you can get it right and it'll sound nice. From there, you're going to take your ring finger, you're going to put on the 7th fret, 4th string. How each of your fingers has a string assigned to it, you're just going to play down. So 4, 3, 2, 1. Then from there, you're going to keep your index finger the same. Keep it barred on those 3 strings. Then you're going to take your middle finger, put it on the 6th fret of the 4th string. Then you're going to take your pinky, and you're going to put it on the 7th fret of the 1st string. This is where things could get a little challenging. You're going to take your thumb and your middle finger. Your thumb is going to play the 4th string, and your middle finger is going to play the 1st string. You want to play them at the same time. So it sounds like this. So from there, you're going to play the 2nd string, the 3rd string, the 1st string. So it goes 1, 4, 2, 3, 1. The next chord, you're going to keep your index finger, you're going to want to move it up 1 string. So bar down those 4 strings, and then slide your pinky down 1 fret so it's on the 8th fret, 1st string. Same picking pattern, 1, 4. So 1, 4, 2, 3, 1. From there, you want to slide up and make what's called the D chord. Take your index finger, 3rd string, 2nd fret, middle finger, 1st string, 2nd fret, and then your ring finger, 2nd string, 3rd fret. It's the same picking pattern. You do 1, 4, 2, 3, 1. And for the final chord, it's an F major chord. So you're going to take your index finger, play the 2nd string, 1st fret. Then you're going to take your middle finger, play the 3rd string, 2nd fret, and then your ring finger is going to do 3rd fret, 4th string. Same picking pattern, 1, 4, 2, 3, 1. Fairly easy if you can get it down. I know it took me a while to learn how to play it, but if you get it down, it should sound something like this. Fairly easy. The reason I chose this song is because, as I said before, it's the first song that I ever learned, and it has a lot of meaning to me. Expression-wise, I found my scapegoat in guitar when I was around 10 years old, and I never looked back. I always loved playing it. I also think that the song is really revolutionary. Led Zeppelin's actually quoted for saying that back in the 70s, there was sort of like this taboo where you weren't supposed to speed up the song throughout it. but the song actually speeds up, and I think it makes it so much better because it builds hype and angst towards the end of the song. And I actually own a vinyl to this album, which is Led Zeppelin 4, which Stairway to Heaven came off of. I think it's one of the best albums that's ever come out, and I listen to it constantly. I hope you guys learned a little bit about self-expression through guitar, and I hope you can learn how to play it. Thank you for watching.